Let's go put some game cameras up down in the river bottom. Alright, let's get on down here. So cool. Get in this. This is an oak grove mostly. Swamp oaks. You can see some acorns are already starting to fall. It's a good spot. Put a camera because you can see so far, but the cow spent some time back here too. You can find a scrape. I'm going to try to put these cameras, 2 of these cameras on scrapes, and then the other one on the river. On the river bottom. So neat. If I was to come camping, this is where I'd camp. I'd put my tent up down here. Tell you what, when it gets dry, it gets stupid dry. The humidity was down to 29%. Temperature was 95. Feels like 94. It's a dry heat. I tell you, it doesn't feel bad to me. I don't know what bent that tree over. Probably a cow. Or one of the bulls. They like to do that stuff. So cool down here. Tell you what though, we got some weed growth. The ragweed out in these pastures is just stupid thick. You know, green boots. That's pollen. Luckily it doesn't bother me. Look, there is a hickory tree. I can make a bow out of that. That'd be a good one for a bow. The bottom part's nice and straight. About 5 foot long. They're all over in here. Lots of them. Hickories and swamp oaks. Well, you see the cow spent a lot of time back here. Alright, I'm probably not going to put a camera here, but on the next section, I almost always find some scrapes. It's early. I've already found 2 on the high ground that have bucks visiting them. So let's go through here and see if we can't find something in the usual spots. Usually a trail through here. This stuff grew up heavy, thick. It doesn't appear to be a trail. Well, we'll crash through it, and that damn ragweed is head high out here. Such fun. Lots of honeybees. I can hear them all. You can smell this flowers too. Yeah, bees are really working this stuff. I was down here about 3 weeks ago, and this still had water in it, so it is really dried up. Dang, where's the trail? Good light. Oh, I don't look forward to going through that. There's what's left of the trail. I just went in at the wrong spot, I guess. Yeah, that's all that's left of the trail. Man, wow, what a mess. What a mess. That's all right. Don't be a wimp. Okay. Last time I was down here, there was hardly any activity. There's just nothing going on down here. For some reason, we're absent a bunch of pigs. I've seen 1 pig at the feeder, and let me tell you, that's not normal. Normally you get a group of pigs come in every day, but I haven't seen any. There's a fresh acorn. That's a swamp oak or a white oak family. There's one that grew a little better. Still green. Just hit the ground. I've had cameras back here for, what, 5 years now in a row, maybe 6. They've been super reliable. It's a transition area. They're going between properties and open fields, open areas down here in the river bottom. These acorns that are falling now, the ground's just littered with them. It's just really unusual. There's not hogs in here just scooping them up. I got the wind to my advantage, but it's so dry and crispy. It's hard to be quiet walking through the woods. It's impossible, really. Well, it's always fun to find a shed. That one is seriously old. Leave it out here for the animals to chew on. The gnawing animals like squirrels and rabbits. What else is annoying? And mice, rats. They all chew on stuff like that. Can't figure out if that's pig poop. I think it is. Probably. Not much signs of pigs back here, which is weird. I've lived out here for 8 years, and I've never known the pigs to disappear. So I'm suspicious. Alright, this is one of the main trails. And this is where a scrape might be. You can see it when you get a branch like that that's been stripped, but that one hasn't been hit. That one hasn't been hit. No activity on the ground. The other good ones are right over here, next to the mirror tree. I had one with this thing here. That was to cover my camera. I'll take that off of there. Poor tree. Mean to put a dang screw in it. You can kind of see the trail. Just wanders right through here. So anywhere along this trail, along these trails, if they're used, is a good place to find a scrape. I know that deer tend to be very cyclic. There's some nasty poop. But what I'm not used to is seeing this much acorn crop on the ground, and there not being pigs roaming around here trying to scoop it up and eat it. Over here is another really good spot. Been a real reliable area for them to put scrapes in. There's the mirror on the tree. Another main trail system. Alright, right up here is a tree that's had a scrape on it for so many years. Right there, that little elm tree, right in front of the mirror. Let's see, we got any signs? Well, the branches are stripped, but that could have been from last year. I don't see anything. See how all the leaves are off of that? That's real telling, except that I think that's from last year. Plus, there's no. Normally there'd be a, pawed out place on the ground where you'd see it look like that with some deer tracks in the middle of it, and usually a dark center where they pissed in it. Well, that's not good. More pig poop, I think. Oh yeah, most likely. I guess they're down here just for some reason, not very many of them. There's really weird is I'm not seeing them on the feeders. But that's what it would look like right there. It'd be just a pawed out area. They just paw out the ground and then they'll piss right in the middle of it. They'll rub their face on these branches or antlers in their face. They got glands around their eyeballs and their ears. There's another one here. These may end up at the river, you know. These cameras I got, they may end up on the river. Just because. Man, that is weird. There doesn't seem to be anything passing through here. It might be because it's so dang dry. It's another big main trail here. This is a big one. All the animals follow this one. You can kind of see it. Goes all the way through there, all the way to the other side. Same thing with this. It goes way back along this edge. Once again, this is a spot where you would look for damaged branches like that one there. And on the ground. I mean, it's still early. These cool mornings ought to get them going at least a little bit. They are up on the high ground. That's crazy. Well, that ragweed is just taking over. Can't see past the edge of the woods. It might be a little early. Well, I know I'm early as far as the rut goes, but still, there's some activity on the upper parts. Now, let me keep looking. All right, there we go. That is a scrape. Fresh too. I haven't worked it a lot, but that's and this is where I found them before. All right, let's get a camera right on this tree. Looking right there. Mosquitoes are already attacking me. I mean, that's not much of a scrape. That's just been hit. That's fresh, but it's got all the right markings, you know. It's got the branch above it. It's been stripped a little bit. And you can see the gentle paw marks here. So let's put it right on this tree, which I think I've done before. Pointing right at it. Blaze video is set up and running. Looking right this way. And there's probably another one right here. That branch is taking some abuse, but nothing on the ground yet. But that's right in line, so that camera's right in line with it. Far enough away they shouldn't bother it, or it shouldn't bother them. Okay, that's number one. Now I just got to remember where I put them all. I think I just heard a coyote yip. Big of a trail. Right through here. Standing in a spider web. You can tell that trail. You can see the tracks. I was watering most of this when I was down here last. That's just 3 weeks ago. Isn't that weird? Dries up quick. Oh, what's that? There goes a deer. See it? Going through the woods. Good deal. There are some deer in here. That was a little bitty Bambi. There's a big oak tree. Let's go see if there's some acorns underneath it. Yep. There are a few. Well, I saw one. I really thought there'd be more. See where something had been. Actually, this would be more normal. In other words, this string probably did drop acorns, but the pigs have been in here eating them. There's one. Little bitty. There's another. That's what this is. These pigs have been in here eating. They've been scavenging for them. That's what you expect. Lots of tracks in here. Some more acorns. Lots of it. That's Piggy. Rolling in the dirt. Actually, deer poop. Good place for a scrape, but don't see one. I'm going to put these 2 cameras on the river. Always something interesting happening in the river. I've had a lot of fun down here. Here's my trail. Put those cameras, both these cameras, in the usual spot. Oh yeah, it cleared up nice. I'm gonna come down here in the morning sometime. Oh yeah. See any alligators? I didn't see any. I'm sure they're here. Oh yeah, that's cleared up real nice. It's time to hum fish down here. It's definitely time to fish. It's dropped. It's nice and low now. That water's clear green, as clear as it gets. You know, the reason you never see alligators is because they're super duper shy. They didn't work that whole bank. That log there going across, that's my indicator that the water's really low. Yeah, beautiful green. Okay, that's a good sign. We don't have any rain to speak of for the next 10 days, at least. And the mornings are really nice and cool. So if I get one that's off, and I don't have to go working, moving buildings or doing lake work or whatever, I will come downhill now, because this is when it gets fun. The elm tree fell over. I made a mess of this trail. I mowed this last year. I got my little lawnmower all the way back here. Oh yeah, that water is perfect. It has dropped a lot. You can also see the gar real clear when they come up. This is so fun. This is my favorite spot on the ranch, to tell you the truth. Little turtle. Oh yeah, that water's clear. Wow. What a difference 3 weeks makes. Wow, that is clear. Start putting out my feed bags. I just drag it out there. Or catch a carp and hang him out there above that water. This place has otters and everything, but that water is perfect. That is beautiful. That's what I like to fish, right there. That clear water, and I can work this bank all the way up. Just put on my hip waders. Wow, look how clear. Honestly, that's what I wait for. What do we got? Piggy tracks, deer tracks. I don't know what that is. What is that? Might be a deer track or a piggy. Raccoons. There's one of my sticks. Put a camera on. You know, I thought about bringing my fly rod down here. Probably should have. I can tolerate this. But you can throw a bug in this stuff. Top water bug and just tear them up. Oh, this is great. This is perfect. There's a little bass right there. Oh yeah, a lot more obstacles in the water, but hey, it don't matter. All right, so let me get these cameras mounted in the appropriate spot. It's gonna be right here somewhere. Put my shoulder camera right there, mounted on that post. It's pretty high, but I gotta be real careful, because this thing can come up real fast. They can start letting water out of limestone and boom, it'll jump up 3 feet, maybe more. Wow, that is, there goes fish right there. Oh man, well, from now until it rains again, this will stay like this. Beautiful green. Okay, View Peak. Watching right down there, looking in this direction, because there's just a tremendous amount of tracks right along this edge. You can see the hickories. Hickory trees coming and dropping their nuts. This place is nothing but tracks, solid tracks. Otters, beavers, deer, pigs, raccoons, possums, coyotes. I should see it all. I have seen it all from here many times. Hell, I had more than a dozen otters at one time. I think it was 2 families. It may have been one family that just went crazy. Oh, this is so inviting now. I like to fly fish, and this is fly fishing water. Throw you a little topwater bug, boom. Bass and sunfish. Switch over to some sort of little old gar fly. Gar will nail it and you'll have a big fight on your hand. There's that camera, a little cheaper one there, 26 bucks. Came with all kinds of stuff too. Memory card included. And there's my View Peak. That's my best camera. My best non-cellular camera. The one that, oh, that thing's not quite straight. Let me straighten that out just a little. There, that's better. Let's see what Ray has to say. Let's boogie back to the truck. Which is where I have all my gear that I should have brought with me. All I had to do was carry a bucket. Dadgummit. But if I'm gonna come down here, I better bring some water. Looks like they drove back here in the Jeep. Wish they would have drugged something to knock this trail down. That's not my trail, is it? No, that's not my trail. It's further over here. There's my trail. Ooh, a buck! I hope you saw that. That's a nice buck. Hope I got it. Take a glimpse at it anyway. That's a nice buck. They're down here. They're down here somewhere. I just wanted to look at the river down here. It's only a couple hundred yards from where I was. See if it looks the same. That is a new log jam. Which in front of these and behind them, there's often good holes to fish in. Wow, that's a lot of bank. Ooh, there's something moving down here. I can see it turning up mud. Well, let's take a closer look. Hopefully I can get back up here. Another log jam. Good night, 2 in a row. Wow. Very congested. Something through some mud. Oh well. What a good place to fish. More acorns. 3 of them in the same spot. A whole bunch of them here. That's why right there. That big giant tree. Another swamp oak right on the riverbed. Right on the riverbank. Alright. Mr. Bucky Buck. Hell, I might have seen that deer a little closer if I'd be stalking my way through here instead of just bumbling around. They didn't go very far. I never see anybody down here. But this is not very far from where I found that scrape, so I'll probably see him on camera. If he's passing through, they'll stop. Every one of them will stop at that scrape. That's why you want to scrape hunt. The deer will come by there. Does and the bucks, but really the bucks, because every buck in the area will come by and check that thing out. Damn, we gotta get down here and mow this. Look at this thick old grass, man. It's hell to walk through, especially when it's 95 degrees. I wouldn't even do this if it was high humidity. It'd kill you. It'll absolutely kill you. But I'm somewhat acclimated to working in it. Where are you, gator? Gator gar or alligator? Where are you? I don't see any signs of them, really. But they don't make much sign, you know? They can be right there at your feet and you never see them. Both of them, alligator gar and alligators. Yep. Next chance I get, coming down here. Well, I could drive back there if I wanted. It's not real advisable. That's all ragweed. Every bit of that. It's starting to pollinate too. Boom, boom. Green dust will be everywhere. Kind of see it bouncing off my boots. Well, dang. Needs to be burned off or mowed off or something. This stuff is going to go to seed like mad. You'll never win this battle. Way over there. Let's get back to the truck.